Hi guys, good afternoon. Hope you all had great weekends, whether you celebrate an Independence Day or the reopening of the pubs in the UK, or just a normal weekend in that respect. The good vibes, shall we say, have continued to markets over the weekend. No gap down predicted by the weekend markets for the first time in 3 or 4, being this one. And we pushed on 34 points up at the moment in the S&P. Quite a lot of resistance you can see around the highs, so worth obviously marking that up, just drawing that horizontally. It's just the next area really. It's just showing how nicely respected these levels can be. The low, the 10th, before we broke down, if you remember, the morning after the last Fed meeting. I guess, worth, obviously you can see here a really nice reaction to those highs as a sort of next morning low, so I'd still have that on as a bit of a guide. If we stay above there in the afternoon, then it's a good way of sort of saying the bulls are in control. Back below what is actually Thursday's R1, let me just mute the score, we could see a bit of a drift lower, maybe towards 31.44. For me, as someone more bullish, I want to see this market stay above 31.60. So 31.56 is a sort of solid enough area of support. I've now got my zone that I'd like to see price stay above. If we do get through the levels to the upside, where could we be looking to target? Well, you just be looking for some of these highs to come in. Obviously, a lot of resistance around there. You've also got the 3200 level as well. Dollar index on the lows at the moment, and that's seen also in the euro pushing to new highs above resistance, and it maybe does now look like that 112 handle was just such a fantastic area of support. Obviously these things are easier in hindsight, but yeah, a close of day push above this area will be pretty nice. You've got a relatively good line in the sand in the middle, which broke through in early doors on risk on trade, and then you've got the area of support below here. So yeah, I mean, next sort of target areas that we're trying to get through now, we're literally hitting the midday high on the 24th before we get to the actual high of the 24th, just a bit above there, which is how I'd be looking to play that. If long, the pound may be struggling a bit more to push on today, but it's still up 50 pips as well. So yeah, bit of a pullback. Good area here, isn't it? You can see that from last week, just finding support on that area. We pushed higher, and as long as that stays, I would say, really above, you could argue the sort of pivot, as long as it stays above there, you may well start to see it push to the highs that we had on the 2nd, and also that breakdown area on the 24th a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, all seems positive at the moment for risk. So S&P, Nasdaq and Dow obviously pushing on for the US ahead of that open. Gold, unsure whether to be in that risk on off correlation or the dollar weakness, and relatively flat, it has to be said, for the time being. In terms of opportunities, whether you're going to get that on a Monday, I'll just be saying to myself, above here I'll be looking for that push towards the next area, which is basically on the R1, just before the 1800 handle. Whereas if we do push lower, I mean, probably the low of the day is a good enough. So we're stuck in that range, and really I feel it's one to be patient for gold, but break above or below would not be too bad to look at. Anyway guys, I hope you will have a great trading day and also a great week, and I'll catch you all later on.